Hey guys, I know I don't really talk in my TikTok videos, but I really want to speak up about something important. Asian Americans are under attack, and it really hurts to see everything that's been going on in our community, especially to our elders. I want to use my platform to remind everyone to please take this seriously, pay attention, and honestly check in on your Asian friends. I've included links in my bio to organizations that matter to our community. Please take this seriously. Please be vigilant. Let's all protect each other.
An 84-year-old Thai grandpa was murdered. Asian toddlers were stabbed in a grocery store because of COVID. And Asian women have been set on fire and thrown acid on. These are not isolated incidents. Since COVID, anti-Asian hate crimes have increased by 1,900%, and that is the direct result of xenophobic propaganda that the government has fed you. I remember when COVID news first broke out, Americans were gleeful that Chinese people were dying because they saw that China's economy was tanking, and they've been convinced by US politicians that a Cold War is in the average person's interests. They thought Chinese people deserved to die because of the yellow peril caricature of Chinese people as dirty, disgusting, barbaric, disease-carrying creatures who eat bats and rats. At the root of these anti-Asian hate crimes is xenophobia, so please realize who you're affecting, because it's not the Chinese government.
Asian is not a virus. Racism is. Have you seen since COVID-19, anti-Asian hate crimes have increased by 1900%, and I resent your lack of support. Silence is violence. Stop AAPI hate. In Atlanta, another 8 killed, adding to the 3,900 incidents since March 2020. Imagine being covered with terror as you leave the door, a story you've likely heard before. The streets, the stores, the mall isn't safe at all, being followed by men time and time again, infected and disgusting. They call out racist language directed for about a year, the Chinese virus. Imagine being too scared to go to the doctor in a pandemic when a president makes you a target. Xenophobia gets started, the seeds planted, filled with hate, a free pass to discriminate. Speak up. Asian Americans are under attack.
Real comments I received as an Asian creator. Coronavirus, Chingchong, Asian, loads more where that came from. I'm making this video to spread awareness to the racism that Asians experience every day here in America and to the disgusting hate crimes being done to Asian elders and children. If you are also an Asian creator, I highly encourage you to speak out against the racism and hate crimes that we have been experiencing. I encourage all my followers to click the link in bio to learn more about what's been going on, see a bunch of resources and ways you can help. Go check it out, and also go scroll through this hashtag to learn more.
I'm thinking a lot about what happened in Atlanta. It's the perfect intersection of racism, white supremacy, and misogyny. That man's actions were driven by the deeply entrenched beliefs that Asian women are disposable and unworthy. Asian women are simply meant to be fetishized sex objects, the subject of hypersexualized fantasies. For him, they represented temptations that needed to be eliminated. For him, there was a presumption that these Asian women were sex workers, also often viewed as disposable and unworthy. Because he never viewed those women as human, he felt justified in his actions. So did he consciously say, I want to go out and kill Asian women? I don't think so. But when beliefs are so deeply entrenched in one's culture, into one's being, some people don't even have the capacity to self-reflect on this. It's literally part of their fabric. But we have to take the time to reflect on these biases. Do you think all black people are criminals? Do you think a woman in a skimpy outfit is asking for it? Do you think all white people are racist? I was raised around a lot of racist rhetoric as a child. The way my dad talked about black people in our neighborhood left an impression on me that all black people are bad. But I actively and consciously work to dismantle these biases that I have from my childhood and upbringing. I work damn hard to make sure they're not integrated into my being. We all need to work to dismantle our biases.
Last night in Atlanta, 8 people were killed by white supremacists. 6 of those people were Asian American women, and here are some of their names. As I was reading headlines, I stumbled across this one. Do people not understand the correlation between hypersexualization and fetishization of Asian American women and this crime? This is a racially motivated crime. For too long, Asian women have been told they have it so good for being wanted by white men. This is the result. Asian American women are more than 2 times likely to report hate crimes than Asian American men. Asian American women have the highest suicide mortality rate amongst women ages 15 to 24, and Asian American girls are 20% more likely than their white counterparts to attempt suicide. Being desired by white men is not a privilege. It's a result of imperialism and entitlement to our bodies. It is terrifying and it is dangerous. Not only do we encounter racism, but we also encounter misogyny, not only from white men, but from men within our communities. Fighting anti-Asian hate needs to be intersectional.
Growing up, I was essentially taught to follow the model minority myth, to work hard and never talk about politics, to keep my mouth shut in the face of inequities and racism. But it's time to change that, especially with the recent surge of attacks on the Asian American community. It's time to break these intergenerational beliefs. And I think a large part in doing that is understanding exactly what the model minority myth is. The term was created in the 1960s to describe Asians as well-behaved immigrants and to basically position them against the Black community, whose social justice activism was seen as a national threat to white supremacy at the time. Over the years, this politically motivated anti-Black myth has not only driven a wedge between Asians and other POC, but also used to delegitimize real-life struggles that Asians face. And a lot of reactions to recent events have once again exposed these ongoing tensions between the Asian and Black communities. We can hold those accountable for these hate crimes without vilifying a whole other community and denouncing a movement. What we can't do is fight anti-Asian racism with anti-Black rhetoric.
Here's what's been going on in the Asian American community since the media won't speak about it. Anti-Asian racism has been so normalized that a lot of people don't even realize that there are recent rising hate crimes toward elderly Asian people. An 84-year-old Thai American man died. A 61-year-old Filipino man was slashed in the face. An 80-year-old elderly Chinese couple were beaten. There's an entire website dedicated to reporting AAPI hate. And if you want to help advocate for us, they also have a donation link. There's a petition you can sign, which is linked in my bio, which was started because of Christian Hall. He's a 19-year-old Chinese-American teen who was shot and killed by police during a mental health emergency. So stop telling Asian people that they're overreacting when they speak up about Asian issues, because no one else is speaking up for us. So if you think you know more about anti-Asian racism, then you should be out there advocating, signing petitions, and donating.
What the actual fuck is going on?
Does claim that it was not racially motivated. He apparently has an issue, what he considers a sex addiction, and sees these.
This man goes to 3 different massage parlors and kills 8 people, 6 of whom are Asian, and we call it a sex addiction? Imagine if he wasn't white. Why should we care what this guy says? Why are we listening to a murderer who killed 8 people? He has a sex addiction. No, he's a fucking racist and a murderer. Every single time there is a white mass murderer in the US, we always talk about his mental illness, we talk about his manifesto, we talk about why he did what he did. That fucking doesn't matter. This was an obvious, horrific hate crime against Asian Americans. That's it, point blank and simple.
Like I've always said, and I said this earlier, is I always take it back to bacon. If there's a crime or something in the media wants me to think it's about race, I replace it with bacon. See if it makes sense. A place was shot up. Pew, 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 pew. Because everybody in there likes bacon. Well, do you know that for a fact? Did he say he's doing this because all the people in there like bacon? Did he say bacon lovers die? Or did he just shoot up a place and some of those people happen to like bacon?
I honestly don't know what to say about that video. It was uploaded by Nicole Arbor on Instagram and she currently has 1.5 million followers. She's saying that the recent mass shootings in Georgia were not racially motivated and Asians are victimizing themselves, when in reality, everybody loves Asians.
Dog. Yo, try to ask you a question. Yo, why do Chinese people eat dogs? Yo, why do Chinese... What are you doing? I'm trying to ask you a question. Stop what? I'm trying to ask you a question. Why are you running away?
That right there were 3 Asian American men that got stabbed in New York. Day after day, hate crimes against Asian Americans have gone up and the media does not shed light on it at all. I'm not going to bring Black Lives Matter into this because it has nothing to do with it. However, to my black folks, we are not going to play the oppression Olympics, as well as to the Asian community as well. This is a time where we need to bring unity among others. We don't need division. A lot of people want to say Asians don't go through nothing at all, but in reality they do. A lot of them just don't say anything because a lot of them are scared. A lot of Asians, primarily the elders, do not speak on these things because they are afraid of getting attacked and murdered, and a lot of that has been happening. And to my black folks, the Asian community has actually had our backs since civil rights, and now let's show them some love. Let's bring more unity, no division.
Monday.
What?
Tuesday. Wednesday.
Trust me, Mom. Just stay inside with Dad, okay?
Thursday. Friday.
Hi, my name is Rosie, and my first racist encounter was when I was 7.
Saturday. Sunday.
Growing up as an Asian American, many people commented on my eyes and color of my skin. I never understood what being yellow was. And today, I am wearing as many yellow as possible to embrace my color, my race, and just who I am.